Authorities say they have no reason to believe there are more bombs to be found or more suspects to be arrested after catching that man, the man they were looking for in connection with the weekend bombings in New York and New Jersey.
We think of terrorism only as Al-Qaeda and ISIS and whatnot, but to me, this in and of itself is an act of terrorism. We'll find out as the investigation continues whether it's coordinated and inspired, led with others.
That was U.S. Senator Bob Menendez from New Jersey telling his state that all signs point to terror in the latest attacks in Manhattan and Elizabeth, New Jersey.
And this morning, 28-year-old Ahmad Khan Rahami was arrested after a shootout with police outside a bar where he was sleeping. Tonight, we're hearing from a woman who was working just 3 blocks away from where the first explosion happened. But we begin with CNN's Karen Kafa in Manhattan's Chelsea neighborhood, the site of the Saturday night blast.
It has been a whirlwind day in this investigation, extending from here in Manhattan's Chelsea neighborhood to across the river in New Jersey. Police have been working in Elizabeth, New Jersey. It is the last known address for suspect Ahmad Khan Rahami, who police eventually took into custody after a shootout.
We have every reason to believe this was an act of terror.
On Monday morning, the NYPD and FBI released a photo of Ahmad Khan Rahami and asked the public for help in finding him. In a matter of hours, he was in custody after a shootout with police.
Now that we have this suspect in custody, the investigation can focus on other aspects, such as whether this individual acted alone and what his motivations may have been.
The 28-year-old suspect believed to be seen on surveillance cameras near the Chelsea bombing site Saturday night, rolling a duffel bag. He is a naturalized U.S. citizen from Afghanistan. Saturday's explosion left 29 people injured. All have been released from the hospital. Authorities say a backpack of explosives was found at Rahami's last known address in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Sought in connection with 3 bombings, he was added to terror watch lists to help stop him from leaving the country. Police tracked him down in Linden, New Jersey, near Elizabeth.
We have directly linked Rahami to devices from New York and from Saturday in New Jersey.
The manhunt an extra wrinkle during a week that already demands greater security here. The United Nations General Assembly has brought a number of world leaders and foreign dignitaries to town, including President Obama.
We all have a role to play as citizens in making sure that we don't succumb to that fear. And there's no better example of that than the people of New York and New Jersey.
Authorities say at this time there is no indication that a terror cell is operating in the New York area. And with the exception of this cordoned-off block, things appear to be getting back to relative normal here in Chelsea. New Yorkers still will encounter some precautions on the commute home. New York's Penn Station, a major transit hub about 10 blocks north of here, still a presence of NYPD counterterrorism, getting an assist from the National Guard, as well as New York State Troopers. Reporting live in Manhattan, I'm Karen Kafa. Now back to you.
You know, the bombings in New York and New Jersey, they've really set people on high alert.
One woman who is from Orlando but is currently living in New York was working just 3 blocks away from where the first explosion happened. She says the local law enforcement there did an outstanding job getting things in order. Channel 4's Heather Lee spoke with her over the phone. Heather, did she hear the bomb go off?
Well, Mary, her name is Heather Gilbert, and she didn't, but she says some friends of hers did. They were at a restaurant across the street and ran outside right away. She says within 2 minutes, the entire area was swarming with police. Back at the restaurant Gilbert works at, a guest showed up late for a dinner reservation, at the restaurant she works at. She says the woman was explaining to her how bad the traffic was and that she heard there was an explosion. Everyone Gilbert works with started looking at the news, hoping to get more information. She says as the night went on, they started getting word about how many people were injured. She says several subway lines were affected and traffic was backed up for blocks and blocks. She says the area is still blocked off right now, but officials are still trying to figure out if this was a terrorist act. But Gilbert says she can't let that fear control her.
But as far as, am I specifically scared about terrorists? I'm scared every day. I'm scared crossing the street that, you know, a cab is just not going to pay attention to the red light. If I personally focus just on, are the terrorists out to get me as I live in New York, then I wouldn't be able to leave my apartment. And that's just not useful.
Now, I spoke with a former assistant chief of Homeland Security for the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office about the See Something, Say Something campaign and how these bombings in New York and New Jersey have reinforced the importance of reporting anything suspicious. I'll have that story for you tonight at 6.